That building there is Messe Berlin, or Messe Berlin, however you want to pronounce it. It means I'm back at IFA this year for 2025 to take a look at the latest and greatest technology. But the only problem is, I've been saying IFA all wrong. It's not called IFA, it's called IFA. But anyway, that's by the by. Let's go and take a look at some really cool technology because I'm so excited. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor. I am one of those things, and I'm definitely not a sailor. I'm a tinkerer. I love to tinker with things, and you know that in a lot of episodes I always build my own little things and attachments and other sorts of third-party peripherals for certain devices using 3D printers. But that's kind of where I've stopped. I've not really investigated any further machines to help me fabricate or make anything interesting other than PLA plastic stuff that ends up in the bin in about 5 minutes. So I thought I would take a stop here outside xTool, who have a ton of different machines that do loads of different things. So I'm going to take a look and see what they've got and see what exactly their machines can offer me, because they've got a ton, and believe me, they can do a lot. So I've got an image of my face, and they've said that they're going to put it on a load of stuff for me. So let's have a look at this then, shall we? Right, okay. Right, so I've been shown something now called Smart Paper, and this is using the F1 Ultra. Basically, I draw an image on a piece of paper and it will automatically engrave that for me on the product that is on that smart paper. So the whole idea is that you've got the coaster here on the left hand side, and this is where it will engrave it, and this is where you essentially write your image or draw whatever you want here. So I've done the only thing I could think of and done that.
To do, just place it here.
Oh, that is really cool. So that is the F1 Ultra, an awesome little machine, and if you've got kids, this would be endless hours of fun. Wow. Blue laser that's going on around the actual image of the wood shows the image size on the computer. Now, although my face itself is smaller than the wood, the actual image extends over that, so it's going over the wood to show that the picture might not fit, and some of it may be over the edge of the actual wood. That is very, very clever. It's an awesome little guide to make sure that you're always going to get your picture on whatever it is you're trying to engrave onto. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Look at this. Honestly, this thing, the F2 Ultra, is an unbelievable device. I cannot believe how fast it managed to cut my face into various things over there. But I've just found out it can do things like cut into metal, and as she said when I was listening to it, it can also cut stone, or at least engrave into stone. And I've got an example of that with this menu cut into slate. This is unbelievable. I mean, it's so clean, but it looks so incredible. Have a look at that. If you owned a restaurant and you cut your menus into slate, I guarantee that you would be getting 5 stars, 100%. This sort of thing is incredible. But it's not just what it can do, it's the speed that it can do it. I just can't believe that it did my face in just 11 seconds on that tiny piece, and in under 30 seconds my entire face on that coaster overall. I'm just absolutely astounded by the quality of this device and how cool it is. If you are a tinkerer, this is definitely something to look at, and it's something that I'll be looking into as soon as my plane lands back in the UK. Wowee, I can't believe this machine managed to print my face on this in no time at all. And it takes all the effort out of making your own apparel. Listen, if you have a business that you want to start and do your own apparel, this is an incredible tool. It's absolutely bewildering how easy doing something like this is with xTool products. I never thought it would be so easy. And it's kind of easy to see why this particular product won the best of Kickstarter. It is an absolutely invaluable device to the right people, and to anyone who wants to print my face on a bag.
So at xTool, our main aim is to ignite and inspire the creation for everyone. and the goal is to bring the digital fabrication to everybody's home. And we do this through AI-powered, just drag and drop and click and play concepts. And our tools, even though they are very compact in size and accessible, they really do the professional grade finished outputs.
Forget the F1 and F2 and the apparel printer. Those are undeniably cool, but this is the beast. It literally does everything. It will do cutting, it will do engraving, but it's got so many little pieces of tech in it that I just am absolutely flabbergasted. First of all, it's littered with cameras, so it knows when something's been placed in there, it knows whether or not your hands are in there, it can tell what's going on inside. And it can also use those cameras to understand what the material is or what it is you're trying to print or cut if you're using xTool's own material, because that comes with a QR code already on it. You put it in, those cameras see that QR code and already change all of the settings needed for that cutting or engraving, which is a really neat addition. It does mean that actually there's a real good reason to get materials directly from xTool, but it goes a lot further than this. Unlike the F2, that can only, as far as I'm aware, engrave onto a flat surface. This can engrave onto completely cylindrical surfaces. By using an attachment and popping it in here, the cameras automatically generate a 3D model of that cylinder and then automatically engrave or do whatever you need it to do on that particular product by rotating it underneath the laser. This thing is such an unbelievable product, and it is almost a one-stop shop for anyone into creating or tinkering with any kind of product. And I think it is so cool.
What's really cool is that xTool told us they're currently running a 5th anniversary sale at the time of our visit, so check the link in description to see the current prices.
Look, it is easy to see why everyone is congregating at the xTool booth here at IFA 25, and that's because they make some really eye-catching demonstrations of their products. I mean, just look, I've got my face on a bag, and on a coaster, and on a little wood chip thing that's now in a clock tower, and I've got a coaster that says "More whiskey, please," and that took less than half an hour. And there's so many queues. I think all of that says to me how fast and efficient their machines are at making stuff. And it was really interesting to see the consistency in which you can produce products with them. A lot of them have automatic systems where you can put the product in and it knows exactly where it's supposed to be and engraves or cuts or does whatever you're doing with those particular pieces of material. So cool, honest to God. I mean, this is the first time I've ever had my face on a bag, and I'm tempted to sell these. If anyone's interested, it's $59.99. Stu's Reviews bag. But if there is significant interest, I'll get in touch with xTool to partner with them. But all in all, what a cool stand. The P3, absolute powerhouse. The F2 Ultra, an absolute brilliant little machine that can do stuff so fast. And do you know what? Overall, an amazing display of products. But if you want to find out more about xTool, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can take a look at them. And if you want to see more IFA 2025 coverage, I'll also link a playlist in the description below for you too. And if you're watching on television, don't forget to hit that QR code just here. And I'll catch you back for another episode of IFA 2025 very soon.